the Batman persona itself, I find he's a little sadistic when it comes to the women he treats. I find that like yes, because like, well, first of all, the women. First of all, there was one time he was supposed to marry, I think, Vicky Vale, and he was just about to, and he saw the bat signal. He had a choice to just marry and then go.
And he chose. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, you're right. Good. So that's totally not like when Spider-Man did to Mary Jane.
He had cold feet. That's different because cold feet and running for crime is totally different.
He actually missed the wedding because he was out hunting criminals in a black suit.
He was also saying that he had cold feet.
So what?
That's the major part. That's relatable, people.
Yeah. The character of Batman is very accessible. Okay, and he has a lot of different facets you could use, like his detective, his more fantastical side. And definitely I love the atmosphere you have in a Batman comic, right? The whole noir aspect. And they're able to make...
Emo, it's dark, that's another word.
Oh yeah, emo, totally not unlike Spider-Man 3.
He's sitting in a chair, listening to Muse, that's what he's doing all the time.
Saying Muse is pretty emo.
It is pretty.
So wait, speaking of emo, you're saying totally not unlike Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. What? Oh, no, well, first of all, that's just...
And hitting women?
That's like, okay, you're always throwing out the movies. I'm just focusing on the
but that makes no
dogma
sense.
that is the comic book.
No, we're talking about the characters. So if we're going to do that,
then we're going to say, okay, fine, Batman Forever, Batman... Yeah. They had this like these weird suits with their little nipples shooting out.
Like weird stuff.
And you're saying...
Spider-Man had weird shit too.
His suit was not like that.
The reason I'm putting on movies is because we're looking at the characters. My idea was that the debate was for the characters, right?
Yes.
Because you said different eras of his life.
The characters in the comic books.
Why? No, it's the character in general.
Because we're talking about...
That's the whole point. That's how great Batman is. He's able to evolve from his own medium. He's able to make great games. They actually work really well to his advantages. Like, for example, the Batman game.
If you're doing a marketing scheme, that's great.
I'm not doing
we're talking about the character itself.
Yes, what we're talking about. Let's say the character is great at stealth. And also, he's great at actually hand-to-hand combat. So when you make a game...
So is Spider-Man.
Well then how come the Spider-Man game does not look any close to the Batman game?
Because Spider-Man is in color and Batman is all drab and sad and looks like, Soviet Union kind of thing. And the thing is, also, it's great that you talked about costumes because Spider-Man has better costumes than Batman. Sorry. Case in point, the closest thing that he had, the coolest thing that he had, coolest thing, was when he was fighting, when Azrael fought Bane.
I disagree.
Like Iron Man slash. That was the coolest thing he had. And I'll tell you why that was the coolest. In comparison to everything he had in the past, that looks like amazing. And I'll tell you why. At one point, and this is the funniest, this is also another cheesy issue. And this is all true, people. You can check it out.
Sure.
At one point, Robin broke his arm, okay? And this is Bruce Wayne's thinking, okay? Instead of him telling Robin, just stay at home, heal, he says, you know what? Join me on my missions and fighting. But for making sure that people don't realize that you're wounded, so they take advantage of you, I will dress every day in a different colored costume. And he was known, he had like a red, yellow, green,
You're bringing it back to the 60s again. Why?
You're bringing it back to history of Batman. Of course I'm bringing it back to the history of Batman.
That's your one thing. Batman.
60s and 70s.
Superman,
70s, actually. That was the 70s.
Spider-Man's better because that was a low point in Batman's career.
I'm just telling you all the cons about Batman, suit-wise, does not look good. And sometimes the suit makes the man. He does not make the man in that part.
What about Quesada blundering on Spider-Man? And that's recent too.
Like what?
You think they would learn?
What did he blunder? What? No.
Like One More Day?
There was nothing wrong with One More Day.
There was nothing wrong with One More Day.
There was worse things than One More Day. In comparison to Batman, Batman's had worse little series than One More Day.
You would think they would learn by now, right? Like you had the Clone Saga in the 90s, and then what does he have? Like 10 years later, he's got One More Day. And not only that, he brings back with One Moment in Time.
Yeah, the Clone Saga was probably the worst thing they ever had. And that's the only thing I could say, really, that Spider-Man had as the worst thing that they ever did. I mean, honestly, they had some really horrible stories in Batman, even in the mid '70s. They also had, like I said, they have the dark moments too, just like Batman.
Yeah, like Kraven's Last Hunt.
Kraven's Last Hunt. That was a great one. When Venom was introduced, that was also a really good one.
Kraven's First Hunt.
Kraven's. Well, that was okay.
It's a really shitty story, dude.
That was okay. That was okay. But I mean, it wasn't shitty, people. It was an okay story.
By all means,
in comparison to all the, trust me, people.
Recent
check it
stuff.
out. What? It was recent stuff. The recent stuff, we have the Superior Spider-Man right now.
Yeah, that's liked.
That's amazing.
The whole internet is all
people don't like change. That's their fault.
But you know, I'll tell you what's great. You know what's great about Batman? The fact that he is an icon.
Yeah.
Change is actually accepted. For example, when Nightwing became Batman, nobody minded. Nobody minded. They actually loved the production of it. When you had the idea that in the TV show, they were like, well, what about the future? Let's make Batman Beyond. Where it wasn't Bruce Wayne and it was never Batman, yet it was accepted as well. With Spider-Man, you have a very tough time with change. I don't really get why. I guess because the character
is so relatable.
No,
people love it. They're not attached to Batman.
The idea of Spider-Man.
If he could become like, you know, a cross-dresser, they don't care.
No,
like, good for you. You go, girlfriend.
Dude, seems like the idea
but
of
with Spider-Man, people are so attached to him.
To Peter Parker.
Of course.
So that's
because
why
he's
right
relatable.
now he's not Peter Parker, so it's fine.
Right, and that makes it more devastating for some people. They can't cope.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, we have hotlines for you people. Go to your closest comic book store. They will give you a hug.
Hotline.
They will give you a hug.
Best villain of all time.
From Marvel?
No, from all Marvel and DC. Best villain of all time. We could one picture. Let's say I start.
Like I said, folks.
No, best villain of all time. Stop. Best villain of all time.
Okay, I would say Joker.
Okay, good.
And I'll tell you.
Now.
No.
Okay.
And and like I said, Batman has quantity over quality. Joker is their like one thing that really stands out as Joker. Is Joker. Even in the when they got rid of Joker in the video games, and I'm just saying video games now because you were using all these other references before. You know, they were thinking, oh, what can we do now? They didn't go in the future.
In the past.
They go in the past because Joker's in the past because he's still alive in the past.
There's a future game coming up.
Because he's related to it. And you'll see, there's probably Joker in the next one too.
We'll see,
for sure. Harley Quinn's gonna be there. Something related to Joker.
Now we'll say this, okay? Which hero between the two has a cooler car? Is it the Batmobile or the Spider-Mobile?
You really want to go there?
Sure.
Okay, fine. First of all, Batmobile, okay, was paid for by a billionaire named Bruce Wayne. Spider-Mobile was paid for as advertising by by some company. I forgot the name of the company. And even, and then he actually says, Spider-Man / Peter Parker, he actually says he regretted that moment. The character regretted it. And also, they never brought it back. Unlike Bat-Mite and Bat-Hound.
Yes, he has a history that some people are, that are not privy to it, don't actually like it too much. But you have new writers actually try to update, for example, the whole deal with Bat-Mite. He was brought back recently. And Grant Morrison said that actually, because there's a scene where Batman's wondering, okay, are you just my imagination or are you from the fifth dimension? And the answer is, oh, you dummy. The imagination is the fifth dimension.
Right.
And that was perfect. That tied into what there was before. It acknowledged it, and yet it brought new life here.
Yeah, it wasn't cool then, it wasn't cool now.
Well, have you read it?
And just think, also, the Hound, he came back too. But as an alternate, they didn't call him Ace.
No, they didn't call him
They
Ace,
call him something else.
But he's back, so.
Also, but
cool dude.
It's temporarily. It's just like a nostalgia thing, just for like people who love the '60s for some weird reason. So like 1% equivalent to the rich people as Bruce Wayne.